Land supply shortages are driving up costs. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Let's have a look at this article discussing, well, some statements from the HIA regarding land supply shortages and the impact on, well, the cost of projects or the values. So, supply shortages drives land values up, according to the HIA. Now, getting land to market, it's not just the government or the landowner clicking their fingers and it's instantly usable. To convert farmland to usable land for housing or for development, there's a fair bit of work involved. There's a lot of surveying, there's a lot of setting out, there's building infrastructure, a suburban block that you just see that's ready for you to build on. You need to get a fair bit of work done before it gets to that point. And I remember back in high school, we were driving to, primary school. Primary school, I was driving, primary or high school? Probably both, actually. But I was driving to school. Parents were dropping me off. And we'd always go past this big, blocks of just piles of dirt sitting on this cleared land out near Varsity Lakes there, because they had to stabilize the ground. And that took years. And now it's all houses. I think that would be in the area. Remember, we did a video on a house that, like some specky, typical suburban house selling for an insane amount because they decked it out like some Egyptian palace or something. An interstate buyer paid way too much for it. But it shows you that there's time, infrastructure, and effort in getting this land to market. So it doesn't help when protesters, not in my backyard crowd, politicians try and impede this process. So a land supply shortage lies at the core of the housing crisis, driving prices up, a new report has revealed. Yeah, I'd agree with that, honestly. It's not like the councils are making it easier to have more land on the market to allow people to develop, to allow people to even split blocks. HIA CoreLogic Residential Land Report has revealed an acute shortage of available land has driven the price of property up by 22.5% over the 3 years from March 2020 to March 2023. This compares to 5.1% increase in the 3 years prior. HIA senior economist Tom Devitt explained the volume of residential land transactions has fallen 37% over the 12 months to March 2023, which is contributing to the higher values. This land shortage continues to drive up prices despite the sharpest increase in interest rates in over 30 years, and it will weigh on home building activity in the coming years, he said. This will see the volume of new home commencements slow over the next year. He further elucidated that although a swift escalation in interest rates typically exerts downward pressure on property prices due to reduced demand, the ongoing low supply stock is intensifying the housing crisis. Indeed, recent residential property values have been increasing for the past 5 months, following 10 consecutive months of declining, according to CoreLogic. However, it also noted the increase in value is starting to ease. As the market begins to normalize from the shocks in recent years, it is expected that both sales and prices will return to their historic trend. However, this is dependent on the government's ability to adequately plan its land release pipeline. Oh, well, shit. Which in turn depends on the availability of data across all stages of land release. The report provided updated information on sales activities in 51 housing markets across Australia, including the 6 state capitals. In the near term, the reduced supply of shovel-ready land will weigh heavily on the number of new homes commencing construction in 2024. On average, it takes 10 years to move land through the 7 stages of land release. There you go. That would be about right. I remember that those properties, those land, when I was in primary school, they were starting it, and it wasn't until high school till they finished it. The decisions made today about land release can be expected to affect housing supply 10 years from now, concluded Mr. Deviet. The time it takes to progress from a vacant block of land to a block that is shovel-ready with titles could be a major roadblock to the government's plan to build 1 million homes over the next 5 years. 100%. Yeah. While sales numbers have eased significantly from the peak volumes seen during the home builder scheme, it will take some time before we see a more notable recovery in supply levels, CoreLogic's economist Catalin Ezzi added. Although the rate tightening cycle has seen some capitals record mild declines in recent months, land prices overall have remained fairly resilient thanks to the shortfall in available land supply. We expect land prices will remain elevated, dwelling approvals will continue to track below average, and house commencements will continue easing. So there we go, everyone. Well, let's have a chat about this topic. Well, I can't imagine anyone would be surprised by this. Now, here's the question, the important point that was raised in this report and in the economists they interviewed in this article. Do you think the government will be able to plan for 10 years ahead with regard to land releases? Do you think the state government will? Do you think federal? Do you think local councils will? Do you think local councils are even allowing enough development to occur, densifying in their already established areas? I don't know about you, but I'm not that confident. Guys, I'm not that confident. So, I mean, this is another, I should add this to the pillars of the housing market, guys. This is another support here. Land supply. You know, the lengthy process of getting new land to market. And I mean, look at what happened in WA with those laws they brought in. What was it? Aboriginal Cultural Heritage? The act there that they got rid of real quick. Imagine if more of those things start to get pushed through. How much that'll impede these type of projects. I mean, think about it. If you're doing a survey, or hey, if you're doing soil tests over a development, that you're moving more than 400 mils of dirt, aren't you? Would you get pinged by that if you're drilling some some soil test holes? What if you took a sample offsite? Do people not think about the implications of these legislation? Like, other bureaucrats, and I'm assuming that people who put these things forward have the best of intentions. But don't they have any real world experience? Are they that removed from the day-to-day? Maybe. You tell me. Everyone, you tell me. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Check out HeiseBim or Heiser Does if you want to see other content. And if you're a fan and want to support us, you can on YouTube or Patreon. Use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call me if you need an architect. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.